Welcome to the world of underwater scuba diving. My name is Sean Harris and I'll be here to inform you about scuba diving. Everything that you need to know, including where to get a license, how to dive, and what to do in case of an emergency. There's a whole world waiting for you to explore just underneath the surface of the water. I've been trained by Patty for recreational diving, and as well as the U.S. Navy for rendering safe underwater explosives. Scuba diving can change your life forever. Once you discover the world underwater, you will always want to go back. There are many things in life that should not be overlooked. Scuba diving is one of them. Scuba diving is cheap as long as you know what you need and what you don't need. Anyone in the family can do it, including the kids. Finally, safety is the most important thing about diving. As long as you follow the rules and don't induce yourself with nitrogen narcosis on purpose, you'll be fine. Scuba diving is inexpensive. If you buy your own gear, then you don't need to spend money on renting equipment. You'll be purchasing your gear one time only. And usually when you buy your gear, a whole set will cost around $500. As I said, this is a first time purchase, and every time after that will be very inexpensive. It only costs about $5 to $10 to fill up your tanks per tank, and the rest is how you plan your trip. Look for places that don't charge diving fees. Vortex Springs is one example of a place that you can dive for free. Pack a lunch. Diving can make you very hungry. So have someone throw some hot dogs on the grill while you're going under. Although you won't be spending very much money, everyone in the family will be having a very fun day in the sun. Bring your kids and the dog. The more the merrier. The more people you have there, the better in case of an emergency. There is nothing wrong with teaching the little ones some very important skills that they can use later on in life. Do not let anyone dive without a license. Without knowing the proper procedures, someone can get hurt or even die. I have found that in my class survey, 44% of you were interested in learning how to scuba dive. This is a way to relax for everyone, even the non-divers. You only have so much equipment, including air, and there's always relaxation waiting for you on the surface. Scuba diving can be fun, but it can also be very dangerous when you don't adhere to the proper procedures. All you're doing is breathing underwater. It's not very difficult. The difficult part is knowing what not to do. Get the proper training and never dive without a license. Never dive without a dive buddy. Your dive buddy should also have a license and be trained properly. Always dive with the proper equipment. You will need a buoyancy controller. This will allow you to control your vertical position in the water column. A regulator will allow you to breathe the air from your tanks and exhale into the water using a check valve. The regulator should be equipped with a spare for emergencies. You will need goggles. What is the point of diving if you can't see anything? You will need a knife. The knife is for emergencies. Don't be playing Zorro underwater with your knife. It's for emergencies. Keep it sheathed. You will need fins Fins will allow you to control your horizontal position in the water column. A wetsuit is not necessary, but you will need it if the temperatures of the water are below a comfortable level. Wetsuits will help to prevent hypothermia and keep everyone safer. Weights are only necessary for some people. Everyone has a different buoyancy in the water. Some people are negatively buoyant and some people are positively buoyant, which means that you either float up in the water column or you sink in the water column naturally. Weights can help you to sink if you are not negatively buoyant naturally. As you know, weights are made of lead, most commonly, and if you have bought a car battery recently, you know that the price of lead has gone up. So this will be one of your expensive items. Never hold your breath when ascending in the water column. This can lead to a brain or lung embolism. As you go down in the water column, the gas and the air compress. The bad thing about air is that about 79% of the air is nitrogen, and nitrogen is a neutral gas, which means that our bodies cannot use it for anything. It is consumed in our bodies, absorbed into our cells, and exhaled as we exhale our air from our lungs. The nitrogen, because it's not used by our body, can be dangerous to us when diving, because when you go down in the water column, all of those nitrogen molecules get compressed into a smaller space. And as you go up in the water column, this air wants to leave your body, and if it cannot leave your body fast enough, it will expand in your bloodstream and cause severe medical issues. Try to plan your dive within a reasonable distance from a hospital that can help. Know what hospitals in your area have a compression chamber and are dive accident ready. Even though the dangers are there, if you keep a cool head and follow the training procedures, the dive trip should be an inexpensive and fun day for the whole family. With the experience of scuba diving, you can enjoy relaxation under the sun and under the water. This is why scuba diving is important to me and why no one will ever be the same without the experience of underwater world that awaits.